All right, so here is the test review, the paper copy. Yes, you need to make sure you do it. Yes, it is a grade. Please write the word test review on top because it doesn't have a title. And also please write your name over here. So whatever your name is, write it over here in the corner because I will be taking it for a grade. All right, so this says, what is the scale factor? I know we haven't talked about scale factor in a couple of days, but remember, scale factor is just setting up one proportion, and you want to make sure you put the new over the old. All right, it's always new over old. Please write this right here. If you see me write it, I want you to write it also because it will be good for you to help you study for your test tomorrow. So what is the scale factor? From A, B, C, D, that means this one is the old one, to M, N, O, P is the new one. All right, so that means A, B, C, D, this is the old one, this is the new one. Remember, scale factor is only one proportion. You only need one, and obviously the two figures are similar. That's why they're asking you for the scale factor, so we don't have to prove they're similar. We just need one, new over old. You can choose any side length you want. Some people have been saying their problem is they don't know where to start. Start with any side you want to, and notice that they're all lined up the same. So this is the slanted side, this is the bottom, this is the little other slanted side. It kind of looks like a mountain. Everything is lined up perfectly. So this side, these sides correspond, these sides correspond, these sides correspond, and these sides correspond. So, and as long as you just choose one side, let's say you wanted to use this one. If I use this for my new over my, which side would you choose for this one? Old, so 4 over 6. This could be my scale factor, as long as you make sure you don't just keep it as a 4 over 6. Not everybody, not many people are pros at reducing, so please put this in Schoology and click your little fraction changer to see that this is not going to stay as 4 over 6, it's going to change to 2 over 3. If you put this as your answer, it's going to mark it wrong because it actually got reduced to 2 over 3, which is our scale factor, our final answer. All right, so that one's pretty easy. Now, I would say move on to this one. Try this one yourself. Pause the video, see if you can try it yourself. Once again, find the scale factor from UVWT. That means this one is the old one and this one is the new one. It's telling me which order to go in. So here's my old, here's my new. All right, now for this one, notice how they kind of, they're not already lined up. So this one kind of needs to get flipped to the other side. So what's really happening is I want to line it up, so that's my 20 from U to V. Then I have that slanted side T, and then over there is my 15. I know that's not the best drawing, but then I have my 25 right here. Because I want the two shapes to be facing the same way. Because QR lines up with 20, PS lines up with this side, which I flipped over here, which is 15. So now I can find my scale factor. If you haven't done it yet, please be sure you put new over old. So pick a new side. It's not best to pick a side you don't know. Pick one that you know, okay? SR, and you can even look here. SR is the one that goes with VW. VW. Or if you already flipped it, VW. And new has to go over old. So my scale factor will be 35 over 25. However, I don't know if that's the answer or if it needs to get reduced. So put it in Desmos and see what it reduces to. And then you're going to write your answer here. I'm not going to do it for you. You need to do that. This is not your final answer. Go ahead and reduce it using Desmos. However, it also says write the proportion and find the length of X. So we do need to find X. In order to find X, you got to set up a proportion. Remember, if you need to pause the video in between time, pause it so you can take care of things like this and then move on. Okay. So to find X, I'm going to line up my PS. Remember, PS goes with TW. So even if you didn't rewrite it, use the order up here to help you know that P, S, and TW go together. So new over old. Now that I'm solving for X, yes, you need two ratios next to each other. And then I know this one is my 35, which I already used for my scale factor, over 25 to help me. So I got X over 15, 35 over 25. A lot of people keep asking me, oh, miss, is it small over big, big over small? It doesn't matter. However, scale factor, it does matter. However, it's kind of tricky because it does matter, but it doesn't. So please keep following along here and go ahead and solve this proportion. Find the length of X, and then go ahead and write your other answer right here. Make a circle for yourself and write your other answer right here once you solve for X, okay? I'm not going to be doing all the problems with you. I will walk you through them, all right? So here's the next one right here. This is one a lot of people had a question about on today's quiz. And what I told them is I told them to separate the two triangles. If you're not really sure about using that little proportionality theorem, separate the two triangles. This one here is going to be my small one, this one right here, which I see 3, 4, and 5, all right? Then I'm going to use my black pen to actually make the big one right here. I'll use the black pen to make the big one. Notice, this big side is a 3, but this is missing, so I'm just going to call it X. So this side will be X plus 3. This side right here will be 6 plus 4 is 10. And I don't know this side, so I'm just going to leave it blank for now. Well, it does want us to find the little piece of AD, so I'm going to set up a proportion for this, okay? So here's the question. Miss, is it big over small, small over big? It doesn't matter in this case as long as you keep it consistent. Scale factor will always be new over old. But if it does not mention scale factor, then you don't have to worry about big over small, small over big. Keep it. I'm just going to start with this one. I'm going to do small over big. So I got 3 over X plus 3 equals, I'm not going to use 5 because I don't know this side, so I have to use my 4 over 10. Now I'm solving for X by cross multiplying. So 4 times X plus 3 and 3 times 10. All right. From here, I'm hoping you can solve it by yourself. If you can't, in this case, you need to come on up and ask for help. But this is only going to help us to find AD. Okay. Now to find AC, you might need a little extra room for AC because notice AC is this piece right here. I'm going to call it Y because I already called the other one X. Okay. So for AC, we're going to have to set up another proportion. I'll use a different color marker. So Y corresponds to this 5 side right here. So I'm keeping it small over big. So 5 over Y equals 5 over Y equals, well, I don't want to use this side because this side was an unknown side. I'm going to use 4 over 10 again. 4 over 10. And then I'm solving by cross multiplying both of those sides and solving for X. Okay. So in that case, go ahead and pause the video if you need time to solve both of those. And then I'm going to move on. I want you to find the answers. We'll check them at the end of class. All right. Now this one says QR is the mid-segment of triangle WUV. What is the length of segment QR? This one's super easy, okay? Keyword mid-segment. Mid-segment is this one right here. This is the mid-segment, QR. It's half of the line that it's parallel to. That's it. So QR is half of this one. So what is QR? This one's super easy. QR equals what? It's half of that. So take 16, cut it in half. Next. This says state if the triangles are similar. Remember, there are 3 similarity statements we can use. We can use side, side, side if it gives us all the sides. We can use angle, angle if it gives us 2 angles that are congruent. Or we can use side, angle, side. All right. But remember, if you like this one here, they give us side, side, but we're missing a side, which means we can't use side, side, side. We can't use angle, angle, because we only know one of the angles. So we're going to try to use side, angle, side, but we got to check for something. We need to check to make sure that the sides are actually proportional, okay? So remember, in this case, we have the two triangles. In order to check with this one, I'm going to choose my biggest side. And you could have started with smallest. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to use the biggest side of this triangle and put it over the biggest side of this triangle and see what that equals when you reduce it. And whatever that equals, if it is the same thing of when I put the small over that small side of the triangle, then yes, that means I can use side, angle, side. Only if these two values are equal, all right? Actually, I'm gonna check that and see, because I'm not sure. So 26 over 13 is 2. 25 over 12, is 2.08. Nope. State if the triangles are similar. No, they're not. Why not? Because these two values are not equal. The two ratios are not proportional. 2.08 and 2 are not the same, okay? So let's look at these ones down here. Now, this one, it looks like it doesn't give us any sides. So we can't use anything that has a side. So let's try to use angle, angle for this one. Let's try to use angle, angle. Remember, this one didn't work. Sorry, I should have crossed that out. We're going to try to use angle, angle. The only way you can use angle, angle is if it's showing you, wait a minute, this is 84, so that is one angle, check. But this one is 58, this one's 38. Now wait a minute, before you move on, it still possibly could be angle, angle if we find this one and find this one. Let's see. Remember how to find the missing angle. Let's find the missing angle for this one. We got 180 minus 58 minus 84. Okay, so this is 38. Look. I hope you see what I'm talking about. Let's find this missing angle. We got 180 minus 84 minus 38, 58. Very good, very good. So look, because these angles are equal and these ones are equal and these ones, yes, we can say these are similar. How do we know? Because the corresponding angles are congruent. This is angle, angle, meaning the corresponding angles are congruent. All right, well, that's it for this video. I'll put the next one on the back, or I'll make another video for the back.